Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to RCBN. My name is Sage Wheeler. I'm joined here today by my colleague and good friend, Braden Cloutier. How you doing today, Braden?
I'm doing pretty good, Sage. It's fun to be here. Tonight's going to be fun. We got a rivalry tonight.
Yep, it's always going to be a big game when the Highlands Ranch Falcons take on the Rock Canyon Jaguars, especially here in the jungle.
For sure, for sure. You know, student section's going to be packed for RC. A lot of Ranch fans here, too. It's going to be fun seeing them go back and forth tonight.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen the Rock Canyon student section packed so much in the jungle. It's a blackout tonight. But we do also have a sizable Highlands Ranch crowd wearing white in very stark contrast. Let's look at these teams. Rock Canyon's coming into this game. It's the last game of the season at 12-10. A pretty good season, and they're well matched by the Highlands Ranch Falcons, sitting at 11-11.
Right. Yeah. Both of these teams are they're pretty similar. You know, looking at everything here, we got two teams who are going to battle it out tonight, and with a rivalry on top of that, it's for sure going to be really fun to watch.
Oh, definitely. As you said, these are two pretty even matched teams. They do have different play styles, with Ranch relying more on their superstars and Canyon going with more of a team-based approach, but just looking at the stats, they line up pretty well. Highlands Ranch is scoring 52 points per game in comparison with Rock Canyon's 56, so only a 4-point differential there. Rock Canyon does have 15 turnovers compared to Highland Ranch's 12, so Rock Canyon could do better if they take some good care of the ball tonight, but it's going to be a great game nonetheless.
Right. I mean, I don't know, man. Both teams, I can't try to predict anything because they're just so even.
Yeah, it seems like the last couple games we've had, especially here at home, anything can really happen. You know, you predict an offensive battle and it comes out to a 40-point defensive matchup. So, you know, it's hard to project, but the one thing we do know, these teams are going to play with all they got here in the last game of the regular season before Rock Canyon heads into the playoffs. And who knows, if Highlands Ranch pulls out a win here, maybe they'll get a good playoff berth too.
Right. Yep. RC's set to host a playoff game next week here in the jungle.
Oh yeah, very exciting stuff. Rock Canyon and Highlands Ranch players lining up for team introductions.
Good evening, basketball fans. It's time for the Jaguar basketball. And welcome to the jungle at Rock Canyon High School for tonight's exciting matchup featuring the visiting Highlands Ranch Falcons. Could everyone please rise and remove color as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by Rock Canyon sophomore Riley Demos.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant.
And now introducing the non-starters from Highlands Ranch. Number 1, sophomore Logan Brown. Number 4, junior Dave Mueller. Number 5, senior Ranger Cicero. Number 20, senior Sam Greenwood. Number 25, sophomore Jay Arroyo. Number 35, junior Kendall Hollins. And number 44, senior Jack Barr. And now the starting lineup for the Falcons. Number 11, sophomore Mason Boyle. Number 15, senior Connor Laker. Number 23, senior Tristan Hurdle. Number 24, senior Solomon DeGuzman. And number 30, sophomore Luke Dry. The Falcons are coached by Mike Gibbs. And now here are the non-starters for the Number 1, senior Jalen Ashley. Number 4, sophomore Zach McMahon. Number 12, sophomore Chris Schlesinger. Number 13, senior Aiden Cool. Number 20, senior Carson Reddick. Number 22, sophomore Braxton Schultz. Number 23, sophomore Brody Brennan. And number 24, senior Mason Smith. And introducing your starting lineup. At forward, 6'8" senior, number 0, Troy Carson.
Cameron, do me a favor.
At guard, 6'2" junior, number 2, Quick Check. At guard, 6'3" junior, number 3, Ian Fallon. At guard, 5'11" senior, number 5, Brody Apple. And up for the 6'10" senior, number 22, Tommy Brown. Your Jaguars are coached by Dick Brown. Please remember that sportsmanship is a top priority of Rock Canyon High School and the Colorado High School Activities Association. Your mission to this event is highlighted to enjoy the skills of these student athletes in an educational setting. Please give all athletes your positive support and encouragement. Bullying, taunting, or derogatory remarks directed toward opponents and or officials is unsportsmanlike and unacceptable. Please be a role model of positive sporting behavior. Once again, welcome to Rock Canyon High School, and we hope you enjoy the game. Play ball!
So, after a wonderful rendition of the national anthem and an electrifying set of team intros, we are all ready here for tip-off in the jungle. In this last game of the season, I'm excited, Braden.
Oh, this is going to be fun. There's a lot of energy in the building right now.
And the Falcons win the tip, are going to slowly take the ball up in their first half-court set. Swinging the ball around the perimeter. Gives it to number 23, Tristan Hurdle. Driving, trying to find space. And they turn the ball over to that suffocating Rock Canyon defense. Braden, I anticipate we're going to see a lot of that today.
Yeah, Jags are a scrappy team this year, you know, and they've managed to play some pretty solid D, so not expecting anything different.
Brody Aho driving, kicks it out. Quint Jack there. with the shot attempt just off the mark. And the Falcons are going to throw it in from out of bounds. Highlands Ranch bringing up real slowly. Seems to be some confusion with their strategy this opening couple of plays. Rock Canyon playing tight man-to-man defense. And the Highlands Ranch student section, Braden, is absolutely electrified right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, what else can you expect from them? This could be their last game, so got to go all out.
Definitely here in the last game of the regular season. It's the biggest away student section I've seen at a game so far. And especially being a rivalry game, it's definitely going to get heated here later on in this game.
Yeah, I anticipate a lot of competition. I want to say friendly, but I don't want to lie to us here.
Oh yeah. Well, a little rivalry, especially late in the season to close it out. And here in Rock Canyon's Wish Week, never a bad thing. And with that, we're going to be a minute and a half into this game, still 0-0. Both offenses have just not been clicking so far.
True.
There's definitely defensive pressure. Would you chalk that up to great coaching on these defensive schemes?
I would assume so. I mean, neither offense has gotten a whole lot going, and I'd pin that on the D. The offenses aren't looking like really bad or anything. It's just good D all around.
Yeah. Highlands Ranch swinging around, trying to penetrate. Kicks it out to the corner, but no open look. And that's going to be number 23, Tristan Hurdle, just off. And the referees are calling that an out of the bounds on Rock Canyon.
I think that went off Lathrop there.
Highlands Ranch inbounding. Oh, and the shot's going to be just off the mark. Tommy Rao hitting the ground hard, fighting for that rebound. Brody Aho bringing it up court, serving the defense. And Quint Jack just again off the mark, but a good open look for him. And that's going to be the first bucket of the game. Number 23, Tristan Hurdle for Highlands Ranch. He's one of their better players, averaging 13.6 points per game, and he's played in 20 of their 22 matchups. Rock Canyon comes right back. Jake Hassett with the great wide open corner three. Highlands Ranch moving the ball around, trying to get through the defense. And number 30, Luke Dry, just off the mark there. Brody Aho bringing the ball up over to Fallon, to Jake Hassett, back to Nick Fallon. And his little scoop is gonna be good.
A lot of determination there. That was a strong play there on that play.
Definitely great moves to get into the lane, and then a nice little scoop getting it up, and he gets the and one.
Teams first. Checking for Rock Canyon, number 1, Jalen Ashley. And number 12, Chris Schlesinger. Athletic shooting 1, Fallon.
Highlands Ranch moving the ball around very well, but it's just no chance. Rock Canyon's got great pressure in the paint.
There's that scrappiness again.
Definitely. And now slowing down the pace a little bit. Chris is going to bring the ball up. Passes to Jake Hassett. Over to Nick Fallon, driving yet again to Tommy. Rock Canyon inbounding now under the basket. Aiden Cool passes it over to Nick Fallon. Nick surveying what to do. Ooh, and the ball just goes barely off Jalen Ashley. Chris putting the moves on. Jalen making things happen. Chris inside to Tommy Rao. Trying to put some post moves on him. Ooh!
Pristine.
Dang, looking like 1996 Hakeem out there with the moves. And that's number 23, Tristan Hurdle, bringing the ball up for Highlands Ranch, trying to get things going. Now 5.5 minutes into this first quarter. Jalen Ashley inbounding the ball to Chris Schlesinger, who's moving it up the court. Aiden Cool over to Tommy, who again tries to post up just the smaller Highlands Ranch player, but it's going to be out of bounds this time.
You could really see the power in that right there. I mean, he really bumped him, but couldn't hang on to the ball, unfortunately.
Oh, definitely. Connor Lathrop on Highlands Ranch there getting bodied. Only 6'5" against Tommy Rao's reported 6'10". It's going to be a great matchup to watch in the paint. Highlands Ranch moving the ball around, trying to get something going. Driving, but stopped up. Coach Grams from Rock Canyon wants the travel. And it sure sounds like the student section did too, but they're going to call that a foul on number 12, Chris Schlesinger. That's Rock Canyon's first foul of the game to Highlands Ranch's 2.
Coach ain't looking too happy over there on the sidelines.
Definitely not. John at the refs a little bit, flexing his guns. But you know, that's the kind of pressure you expect, especially in the last game of the season when you're that close with your opponent. Rock Canyon, as we said, is sitting at 12-10 and 5-4 in the league, whereas Highlands Ranch is at 11-11 and 4-5. So if Highlands Ranch wins this game, Rock Canyon and Highlands Ranch will have the same record.
Just like that, we're all tied up.
It's going to be Chris Schlesinger pushing the ball up, slowing down offense just a little bit, trying to get something to happen. Over to Jake Hassett. Ooh, driving. And a great little move there. Just pushes it in.
It's nice stuff. Good looking play.
Highlands Ranch trying to slow down the pace a little bit. Michael Willem pushing it up the court. Driving around, not really sure what their game plan is to drive on this Rock Canyon defense. They've been pretty solid so far, but let's see if Highlands Ranch can get something going. Oh, and that shot's just going to be off the mark. Jake Hassett with a great rebound. Jalen Ashley now swinging it over to the corner. Jalen Ashley again. Driving, ooh, and he puts up the layup.
Nice, strong rebound play there.
Zion Williamson-like there by Jalen Ashley, missing the shot, but you know what? It doesn't matter. He gets his own board and puts in the tough layup.
I'd say right now 23 and 24 for Ranch. Hurdle and DeGuzman, they're both really putting up everything they got out there right now.
Number 35 there for Ranch. Kendall Hollins sinking the shot. You know, Braden, I really haven't seen that much offensive production yet from number 5 on Highlands Ranch. He should be their best player, Riker Cesarek. He's averaging 17.8 points per game and 8.3 rebounds, but so far he has just not made an impact. Coach has been keeping him on the bench. I wonder if perhaps there's a health concern and if they're hoping to go into the playoffs. Coach wants to rest him, but seems to be subbing in now.
Right, yeah, those are the only things I could think of. Because if you're in a rivalry game and you're looking to clinch a playoff spot, you're going to want your best player in. So it could be a health concern or a resting reason, like you said.
The Rock Canyon and Highlands Ranch student sections there in a cheer off.
Always fun to see between these rivals.
Highlands Ranch pushing the ball up the court. It's still a very close game here with a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Oh, and the shot just off. Looked like a great opportunity for Ranch, but no good. And some tough transition defense gets them the ball back. Got to be happy about that after the missed shot opportunity.
Yeah, Ranch is going to keep it close. I don't see either team blowing this game open at all.
Rock Canyon on the fast break. Chris Schlesinger, ooh! Getting a tough layup to drop. Ranch was going for the pin there. Looked like LeBron James in the finals, but Chris Schlesinger just gets that nice teardrop right over the defender's hand. And now with the clock winding down, 30 seconds left in the first quarter, Highlands Ranch is going to hold this and try to get the last shot.
It looks like they're running it down here. Trying to set something up, maybe.
Head coach for Highlands Ranch, Mike Gibbs, has done a good job this season trying to get his players good looks off smartly drawn up plays. So let's see what he has in here with 5 seconds left.
Ranch just getting the double digits there at the end of the first.
Yeah, and that's going to be a demoralizing little play for Rock Canyon, but you know what? No big deal. You give up 2 offensive rebounds right at the end. It really does not matter much to them. Let's look at that instant replay. Here at RCBN, we like to show off our new technology. Our producer is shaking his head violently, looking like that's not going to work. Well, let's go over to our sideline reporter, Cameron Fisher, to get some analysis on how that first quarter went.
What's up, guys? This is Cam Fisher coming to you live from the sideline. One thing to note from this first quarter is going to be the energy here tonight. The pacing of this game has been incredible, with both sides going back and forth, not really giving the other team much chance to breathe. And something else that's even more electric here tonight is the student sections, as I'm sure you can hear behind me. Both student sections here are packed tonight with everyone here, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the second quarter. Thank you, Jags.
Thank you for analysis there, Cameron.
Sporting the Wish Week shirt, always nice to see.
Oh yeah, Cameron showing out for this Rock Canyon community who just started their 11th Wish Week, welcoming Fabian and his brothers Carlos into the family.
Certainly. Wish Week's always been really fun. Always a really cool tradition.
Always a great opportunity for Rock Canyon students to give back to the community, help out one special kid. And did you hear, Braden, his wish this year? Legoland. How sweet is that?
You gotta say, that's if you're gonna pick a theme park, that's a more unique one. I respect that.
Oh yeah, great pick there by Fabian. Well, after that quick bucket, it's 13-12. Rock Canyon driving. Ooh, and Jake Hassett with a nice little layup opportunity just off the mark. But the refs are going to call a shooting foul and send him to the line. You know, Braden, we projected at the beginning of this game that it's really hard to predict if it's going to be more of a defensive or offensive matchup. But what I didn't expect is that here at the start of the second quarter, Rock Canyon would only have 2 team fouls and Highlands Ranch only 3. You know, usually these games get chippy to the point where each team would have 5 or 6 fouls by the end of the first quarter. Do you expect either team to get into foul trouble here going into the end of the first half?
I could see it happen if emotions start running a little too high. Right now, I think both teams are more focused on just playing well. But right now, you know, anything could happen.
Oh my goodness, do not go in there. Number 23, Tristan Hurdle, doing it all for Highlands Ranch there with a great chase down block.
Great all-around player. Hurdle's a great all-around player.
Whoa! Nick Fallon playing like a young LeBron James.
Wasn't fazed at all by that block earlier. That's what you like to see if you're a coach.
Not one bit. Gets blocked, but he says, you know what? Not going to faze me. Comes back on the fast break, hits him with a little bit of a pump fake to get the defender jumping, and then jumps into him and gets the three-point play. After that great play, sitting at 17-12. Highlands Ranch is going to inbound the ball, and Rock Canyon seems to be coming out with a full court press. Coach Grams has been known to do that, especially when it gets chippy. with lots of fast break opportunities.
Yeah, you can, in rivalry games like this, when players go down, you can anticipate a little bit of pushing and shoving. But
Yeah.
right now, both teams are keeping it as clean as they can. They just want to win this thing.
They are, and a nice little play there. It should be noted with that charge taken by Rock Canyon. They outcharge Highlands Ranch 31-12. And the deflections, Rock Canyon has 136 on the season, whereas Highlands Ranch only has 65. If there's one thing Coach Grams has been teaching his guys, it's how to play defense very, very scrappy.
Yeah, it's important. Got to stay strong on D.
Oh, yeah. Highlands Ranch inbounding the ball now. Pushing it up, trying to get something to work here. They haven't had too much success so far in this quarter, but that could all change if they get on a hot streak. And number 42, Tommy Rao there with a nice little block off the glass, but Highlands Ranch gets the offensive rebound and puts back the second chance bucket.
Yeah, I'd say they got to put a lot of attention on Hurdle. He's really shining right now for the Falcons.
Oh, definitely. Tristan Hurdle, the Falcons' senior small forward, coming in at 6'6". He's a great player for them. Puts up 13.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds. He can really do it all. And now number 11, Mason Loyal bringing it up, the sophomore on Highlands Ranch, swinging it around the perimeter, trying to find an open look. Just off the mark there, Tommy knocking people out of the way to get that rebound. And Rock Canyon's going to slow the pace down again, try to get back to their half-court set. Jalen moving the ball into the paint. And Tommy Rao fighting for that rebound.
It's going to be Jack's ball here.
Very smart play so far from both teams, Fred, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so, yeah. Both teams playing as disciplined as at least more disciplined than I would have expected. But, hey, that's good. That's perfectly good because right now we're just watching a good basketball game, good defensive basketball game.
Definitely, and you don't get many of those good defensive basketball games too often, but it's great to see, especially in a game where both teams are fighting so hard, a rivalry game right at the edge of the playoffs. They really want this win.
Absolutely.
It's going to be Rock Canyon swinging it inside to Jake Hassett. Brody Aho over to Nick Fallon. Back to Brody. Oh my goodness!
Is that man ambidextrous?
Nick Fallon leaping like a gazelle around the defense. That was beautiful. Braden, I like to think I'm a pretty strong guy, but play like that just brings a tear to my eye.
It's funny because I was actually just thinking that too. I'm trying to hold him back, but you don't have time to cry when there's such a good basketball game going on in front of us. We don't want the tears to blur our eyes.
Definitely. Well, we've been over here getting emotional. Oh my goodness! I was about to say Highlands Ranch was keeping it close, but then Rock Canyon with a great deep three by Nick Fallon, putting the score at 22-17 here halfway through the second quarter. And now with that bucket by Highlands Ranch, both teams are obviously in a great rhythm offensively.
Yeah, starting to pick up here on offense.
Oh, and that shot just off by Nick Fallon, but a great try nonetheless. Swing over to Quinn Jack. He goes for the good inside pass to the cutting Fallon, but it's tipped by Highlands Ranch just out of bounds. Both teams with some substitutions now, putting some new faces out on the court. Rock Canyon seemingly going with a smaller lineup. Let's see how well that works against this relatively small Highlands Ranch team.
Offensive foul on number 12, Chris Schlesinger.
And the refs are going to call an offensive foul on Chris Schlesinger, giving Highlands Ranch the ball.
Yeah, if you are the player in that situation, you're not looking forward to hearing from coach.
Oh, no. But it's all right. It won't put too much of a damper on either team's rhythm, I don't think. And that shot just off the mark. Highlands Ranch tries to get a putback, but that, too, is just off. And now Rock Canyon doing a great job moving the ball around. Passes over to Jalen Ashley. Chris Schlesinger inside. Pushing, clawing, fighting his way to get some breathing room. Inside to number 22. Highlands Ranch bringing it up, swinging it around the outside. Driving, trying to create some room. And that shot is just off. Braden, it looked to me like there might have been a little contact on that fall, but the refs don't call anything, let the teams continue to play.
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't get a very good angle. I just saw like a guy fall. You know, we got our cameraman Matt blocking the situation here, so I couldn't fully see it.
And that shot just barely off the mark. Highlands Ranch is going to take it up. Still a one-possession game. Ooh, and a great little rebound there by Quinn Jack. Brody Aho bringing the ball up to Chris Schlesinger. Doing a little hezzy. Brody trying to make some space. Ooh, and a nice little assist there by Chris Schlesinger to set up Braxton Jones.
Yeah, nifting passing on that play for sure.
Good little work there. Looking like Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming in their primes.
Yao Ming, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Well, I'll tell you what, Braxton Jones, that was quite Yao Ming-esque. And now Highlands Ranch moving the ball around. Oh my goodness, and a gnarly little fadeaway there from Tristan Hurdle to keep the game within one possession here with a minute left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's
Chris
Hurdle
penetrating.
again. That's Hurdle again for you. I mean, he took some time off. We didn't hear from him for a while, but
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he's back.
And if there's one thing you can say about these ranch superstars, as we like to call them, both Tristan Hurdle and Riker Cesarek, they definitely get streaky at times. Once they hit a shot or two, they're electrified for the rest of the quarter.
That's just how good players are, Sage. It just tends to happen.
Chris Schlesinger dribbling the clock out. Listening to Kent Grams, the head coach for Rock Canyon, set up a nice play. As time runs down, now 18 seconds left in this second quarter. Ranch not allowing anything with what seems to be a expanded zone defense.
A strong D here, not a lot of options for a pass.
And Chris Schlesinger breaking down his man, driving inside, and there's going to be a shooting foul on number 11.
Team 6. At the line, shooting to Schlesinger.
And how incredible is Chris Schlesinger, the guard, as a sophomore, going to the ISO with time running down. I'm not sure if that's what Coach Grams drew up, but you know, that's what I'd do if I was the Rock Canyon coach. Just give it to that phenomenal sophomore Chris Schlesinger. Tell him, you know what? Do whatever you want. Drive, isolate your man.
Well, absolutely. You know, he's only a sophomore. He's got 2 years ahead of him, and he's looking like he could really blossom into something special.
Oh, yeah. And he misses the first, but absolutely drains the second, putting it at 25-21. Rock Canyon just out of reach for a normal one possession. Now 4 seconds left. And a nice little steal there from Brody Aho, but shot is off the mark. But you know what? That's great to go into the halftime, go into the locker room with a steal. it's always great to know that you have that constant hustle, that presence on defense.
Yeah.
So
for
a
sure.
great first half of play there from both teams. Not quite the defensive matchup we might have expected, but some good scoring, some good chippy defense. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Cameron Fisher, for some further analysis.
Hello, Jags. We're back at our halftime report. I'm Cam Fisher, your sideline reporter, and we've got quite the game here going into halftime. Just a 4-point difference with the Jaguars leading 25-21, and we'll be right back after this performance by the Rock Canyon Palms team.
Nancy, come on to the sports table, and you can win this lawnmower. Nancy. Congratulations, and once again, thank you to Meadows Dental Group and all their sponsorship of all Rock Canyon athletics. They've been a great friend to all of our programs. Meadows Dental Group, make sure you say hi and say thank you to them.
He's going to come back.
All right. We're going to have a little competition here at halftime, as you can see. A little tug-of-war competition. We have 10 members from each school. We got Mr. Varsity in charge over there.
Jackson.
Some halftime entertainment. We've got a selection of the strongest Rock Canyon Jaguars versus some of the beefiest Highlands Ranch Falcons in a good old game of tug-of-war.
Oh, it's looking pretty close, Sage.
Oh yeah, the intense school rivalry has never been more visual. Rock Canyon fighting hard.
You see the face of Golden Boy Danny Haddad. I mean, that is sheer like determination. That rope is not moving between these two teams.
Not a little bit. This is poetic, Braden. The struggle, the intensity. Oh my goodness, and Rock Canyon seems to be edging them out. Lots of swaying here, lots of movement about.
That's a grit, most of all.
Looks like a plumber crack or two is ready to blow over on the Highlands Ranch end. Oh my goodness, and the student sections are electrified. This is war. I've never seen a battle like this.
Well, you got the cone like tipped over. I mean, how are they supposed to gauge exactly how far that rope needs to go on the ranch side?
You know, I don't want to complain, but the reffing here seems to be inconsistent. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Rock Canyon pulling out the victory, doing it at home in front of the student section. Electrifying performance.
That right there, that's what they need to kind of get the crowd going, get them hyped for the second half.
You know what? Win or lose, Rock Canyon came away with a victory tonight, and that's something to be proud of.
At least one victory.
At least one. That's the ticket price right there. It's made up. Everybody who came to see this game just got their money's worth.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Rock Canyon celebrating over in the student section. The power of the Golden Boys cannot be denied.
Low blow here by the Ranch fans.
Absolutely disgraceful. Let's play football chant. And Rock Canyon firing right back.
We need a varsity tug-of-war team here.
We really do.
Pack the jungle for some tug-of-war. That would be really fun. Ranch out of insults, so they're just claiming they don't care.
Ooh, and Rock Canyon dropping the classic scoreboard chant. Undefeated in closing arguments. Undecipherable cheer there. It remains to be seen if that's going to make the final cut of this broadcast. But we've got great news. We're going for an exclusive interview with Golden Boy right after his victory.
What's up, guys? I'm back here with Cameron Wilson, resident Golden Boy here at Rock Canyon High School, and we just came off a pretty big tug-of-war win. You want to tell the fans about that?
Yes, sir. Rock Canyon always prevails, always comes in with a fighting attitude. We just came in there, did what we had to do, and took it up there.
Absolutely. You want to tell us a little bit more about the rivalry between Rock Canyon and Highlands Ranch here today?
It's been a long time coming. I think even if you're in the feeder schools that are going to Rock Canyon or Highlands Ranch, you kind of know about this rivalry, know what you're getting into, and honestly, it's crazier than what you hear about. It's pretty fun.
All right, thanks for coming over here and doing this interview with us.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have a great second half, yeah?
Sir, yes, sir. Go Jags, baby.
All right, thanks, Jags.
Nice interview there, Cameron. That was great to get the exclusive from a Golden Boy himself after such a thrilling victory. And you know, as he said, Braden, this rivalry is well known around the community.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I you know, as somebody who was kind of in enemy territory for a couple of years, as I went to Crest Hill, the feeder school for Ranch, yeah, you hear about it all the time, you know.
Oh yeah, and it is certainly an intense rivalry here tonight in the jungle. A minute until the second half tips off. Rock Canyon sitting at 25, Highlands Ranch with 21. Braden, this is still anyone's game.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Ranch, they're probably going to step it up, but so are the Jags. You know, either way, both teams are going to play the hardest they can to the finish and try to close this thing out with a W.
Yes, sir. And as we said at the top of this game, Rock Canyon is averaging 56 points per game, whereas Ranch is sitting at 52. Braden, do you think there's going to be any offensive streaks, maybe some players getting that hot hand, coach is going to feed them the ball, get some shots up? How much do you think offense is going to play a role here in this second half?
Well, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. You know, the Ranch has got a couple of their go-to guys, and the Jags just play more of a team game. So as far as anybody getting on a streak, you know, as far as Rock Canyon wanting to prevent that from happening, they just have to watch a couple of the Ranch players and, you know, keep the offensive pressure up themselves too.
Yes, sir. As you said, they do have to keep an eye on some of those Ranch players. Especially, I'm kind of impressed with their defense, especially on number 5 for Highlands Ranch, Riker Cesarek, who's coming into this game averaging 17.8 points and 8 rebounds. But Rock Canyon, with the help of some conservative playing by the Highlands Ranch coach, has held him to only 4 points and 2 rebounds so far tonight. Well, now the second half is kicked off. Brody Aho moving the ball around for Rock Canyon.
Get a load of that student section.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have some characters for both teams. Highlands Ranch saying to heck with it with a PG rating of our broadcast, taking their shirts off, showing off that nice Falcons chest paint.
You know, you got to give them respect for that. You know, that's some serious support out of the fans.
Definitely. And, you know, it seems to be working. Highlands Ranch has just sunk a three-pointer, putting it at 25 to 24. And a nice little defensive play from Highlands Ranch, but that's going to be called Rock Canyon's ball to inbound. Jake Hassett getting chirped at by a Highlands Ranch fan wearing seemingly nothing but a barrel.
Yeah, you know, taking after the great Denver Broncos barrel, man. Doesn't have to
sir.
worry about the cold weather, though.
It really is a good move for basketball attire. And a little chippiness under the basket. It's going to be a foul on Highlands Ranch's number 24. Brody Aho is going to inbound the ball for Rock Canyon. Oh my goodness. After a great chase down block by number 3, Nick Fallon, Highlands Ranch is going to get the putback, putting this game at 25 and 26, and the Highlands Ranch is going to get the lead for the first time this game.
They got the first point, Sage, but since then, Canyon did have the lead. But, you know, it feels like the first time.
Oh!
If only our instant replay was working, we need to take another look at that.
Oh my. Tommy's been watching the NBA All-Star Dunk Competition this past weekend, taking some notes and absolutely destroying the rim there, making the student section come alive with that dunk.
Just the momentum builder they needed.
Oh, talk about momentum builder. I'm surprised that momentum didn't bring down the rim.
Yeah, no. You know, they build them strong. Imported probably from not China, those rims.
They do build them strong. I don't know what lab Tommy Rao came out of, but coming in at 6'10", I don't know, probably 250 of pure muscle. He really does play like Shaquille O'Neal out there.
Yeah, he's throwing them down with passion right now.
Anyway, that's enough of my rant about Tommy. Rock Canyon swinging the ball around, trying to get some penetration. The game is still very tight. Jake Hassett now with the ball, swinging around to Nick Fallon. Oh my!
Yeah.
Braden, I think I took a wrong turn this afternoon and ended up at the NBA All-Star game. Do you see some of these moves?
I do. I mean, this is very, very entertaining. These teams are keeping it fun.
That was the best teardrop I've seen since earlier this game when you were crying about another floater.
Honestly, you know.
And that shot just off. Rock Canyon asserting dominance so far with some great nifty plays. Nick Fallon getting open and just off, but a great rebound. And that's going to stay in bounds. Highlands Ranch pushing the pace. Just off the mark there. This is great fast-paced basketball we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, right now it's just back and forth between two strong teams.
Great to see. Rock Canyon surveying the court, trying to slow the pace down just a little bit. Brody Aho. Over to Jake Hassett. Brody Aho cutting. And that's going to be over in the corner, Nick Fallon. But the referee says he stepped out of bounds. And now with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, we are 1 quarter of the way into the second half. Rock Canyon's reclaimed the lead, but it's still a one-possession game. Braden, what do you think are the keys to this next quarter?
Mainly, I'd just say defense. You know, you wanna make sure you keep the offense going, but you want to really put a lot of emphasis in your D right now.
I completely agree. As we saw in those last 4 minutes, Rock Canyon went on a little bit of a hot streak, and propelled by the momentum of some of their makes, they just started going off on both ends of the court.
That was nearly the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Foul number 12, Chris Schlesinger, his third personal, team's first.
I've just been informed that we didn't even get that on camera. If he would have made that, Dylan would have never heard the end of that.
Well, you know what? Let's just leave that to the imagination. You know, if the people at home didn't see it, maybe it did happen.
You're right. But the scoreboard didn't change, so that does say otherwise, Sage.
It just means it's still a great close game for us here. A 3-point differential. Highlands Ranch trying their hardest to move the ball around, but Rock Canyon seems to be playing lockdown defense. Tommy Rao in the paint. Oh my goodness!
That was a nice play, and you can see in the celebration afterwards, he's passionate. That was a good play.
Jeez Louise. Do I hear an ambulance in the background, or oh, I get it. We're at a clinic, Braden. A footwork clinic.
Yeah, all the ankles that kid has taken over the years.
Number 15, Connor Lathrop there for Highlands Ranch, showing off his post moves. He's been held pretty quiet so far in this game by defense from Tommy Rao and Jake Hassett, but he has the nice little bucket to tie the game up. Oh! And here with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, a great little shot from Aiden Cool, pulling up like Tim Duncan to put the Jags up 2 points. And as you can see, the Rock Canyon student section here in their blackout, moving like a tidal wave, performing the Do It cheer and electrifying this team.
Yep. They got what looks like the freshman going over there on the far left.
Oh yeah. Chris Schlesinger with some nice ball movement again to Aiden Cool. Jalen Ashley, the three is just off, but a great rebound by Aiden.
Oh man, any three you could get right now is going to be huge.
From this tight, clamping defense, Highlands Ranch is trying to hold on to this close point differential. Both teams giving everything they got. Oh my, tough call there. The ref says no defensive interference. And that's another mistake for number 5 on Highlands Ranch, Riker Cesarek, who's just not having a great game.
Right, and he's got the most points. He leads the team in points per games. You know, it's really good for the Canyon side to see him being kind of kept quiet right now.
Definitely, and you got to imagine that was a point of emphasis for head coach Kent Grams going into the preparation for this game for Rock Canyon. Well, Braden, here with 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the third quarter, it is anyone's game, especially as we've been saying, with the defensive presence that both teams have had. If any team gets on an offensive hot streak, it's hard to imagine that they'd be slowed down at this point with so little time left in the game.
Yeah, if one of these teams breaks like wide open, and they just start making everything, it's going to be very hard for the other to come back.
And Rock Canyon inbounding the ball, supported by their giant student section who came out in droves to this game. Chris Schlesinger bringing the ball up, looking great. Moving the ball around the perimeter, throws it inside to Jalen Ashley, who just cannot hold on.
Butterfingers there, key part of the game right now. Mistakes like that, they shouldn't fly.
Well, Braden, to play the devil's advocate, one time I tried catching a pass from Aiden Cool, and, his suaveness, his touch on the ball, heated it up. I almost got third-degree burns trying to catch that thing.
I've never tried to catch a pass from him, so, I didn't know. But anyway, Ranch has just taken a 3-point lead. Dagger in the hearts the Jags, and see if they can counter.
Oh, and that steal is going to be very big for Highlands Ranch, establishing momentum. Oh, and the Rock Canyon student section is not happy about that last sequence.
Yeah, well, Rock Canyon's going to have to try to get something going here. Try to get this thing closer to the end of the third quarter, because right now the student section was just kind of taken out of it there. They got to get them back into it.
Definitely. That was a regretful little slip there. But you know what? To keep up the intensity for that long on defense and on offense, very hard for any team to do. So a little slip like that, while it may seem brief, can have very deep consequences, especially in a game this tight. Both student sections in a cheer-off yet again. Very vocal so far this game, Braden.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a big rivalry, so it only makes sense. I would be more surprised if they weren't vocal directly to each other.
Oh, definitely. Rock Canyon inbounding the ball now, which is going to be instrumental. They really have to take care of this possession.
Yeah, a turnover is not what you're looking for right now if you're the Jags.
Jake Hassett trying to find the open Brody Aho. Back to Jake. Oh my goodness! Nice little move there.
Did he just?
I think he just did. That ball rattling it in.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Oh my gosh, Highlands Ranch swinging it around. Oh my goodness.
Rebounds are kind of killing the Jags right now. It's going to be a fun fourth quarter, Sage.
That was an amazing little sequence right there for Highlands Ranch. Missing the shot, but getting the offensive rebound right as the time expired to put them up 5 going into the fourth quarter. Let's go now to Cameron Fisher on the sidelines with Athletic Director for Rock Canyon, Mr. Brisky.
Back again, Cameron Fisher, the Rock Canyon sideline reporter, and I'm here with Mr. Brisky, the Rock Canyon athletic director. What are your thoughts on the game so far, Mr. Brisky?
I think it's a great game. It's a great environment. Look at our student section. The Canyon Crazies showed up in force for this inner city rival between us and the Highlands Ranch Falcons. I think it's a great game. We have to have a good fourth quarter, and I think we can take this, get the victory.
All right, thank you.
You betcha.
Always great to have a celebrity appearance on our live streams. Great input there from Mr. Brisky, the heart and soul of all of these Rock Canyon athletic teams.
Yep. I mean, at one time, he even acted in a short little RCTV intro that Matt and I put together. Great all-around guy. Just fun to be around.
And that's really what characterizes this Rock Canyon team. Great coaches, great administrators. It's a wonderful place to learn, grow as a player, and at the end of the day, as a person. And here, going into the fourth quarter, Highlands Ranch moving the ball up. This possession is going to be instrumental if they want to raise their lead.
which they do.
Wow. Nifty little move there. Great passing by Highlands Ranch. And that's definitely going to be just an addition to the lead that's starting to look very difficult to surmount.
Yeah, I say RC just kind of has to settle down a bit. I feel like they're trying a little too much to, you know, make like really big plays happen. They just got to kind of set up on the Ranch side of the court and kind of get things going.
Definitely. Highlands Ranch and head coach Mike Gibbs have been doing a great job pushing the pace, getting these transition plays where their guys have looked very refined, but Rock Canyon really needs to slow it down, which at the end of a game winding down can be very hard to do.
Ranch slowing the pace up a bit, trying to run out some of the clock.
And a shot just off the mark. Jalen Ashley moving the ball up to Jake Hassett.
Got some chatter there out of Riker Cesarek.
And that's going to be a tough call for Rock Canyon. A good charge by Highlands Ranch, but the student section is just not happy about it.
No, they're definitely slowing down. You know, they're starting to get a little worried. You know, it's coming down to crunch time, and you know, we got a 7-point game.
And kind of weird here, number 15, Connor Lathrop, handling the ball for Highlands Ranch. You don't often see that from a big guy, but Tommy does a great job on the perimeter defending. And now Highlands Ranch is swinging it around. Jake Hassett playing very tight on the star player, Riker Cesarek. And the refs are going to call that a 0. It's very interesting, Brayton, to note Rock Canyon has 4 fouls so far this half, while Highlands Ranch has only been called for 1. And again, Highlands Ranch letting their big man handle the ball on the perimeter.
Rock Canyon seems to be tightening up a bit on D here.
Definitely. And while that might be a good strategy, you hate to see those defensive fouls out on the perimeter like what just happened with Jake Hassett.
True.
Ooh, and an air ball there with the student section from Rock Canyon letting Highlands Ranch know about it. Trying to push up the court. And that shot is just off the mark. Highlands Ranch doing everything they can to slow it down, burn time off the clock. And you know, Brayden, as you said, when you're down 7 points with just a little bit of time left in the last quarter, you never want to be moving that fast, but sometimes you just have to.
Big chance there. Couldn't put it home. Ranch is going to get the chance to extend their lead as they make their way back down the court here with the inbound.
Good opportunity there from number 5, Brody Aho. But the refs are going to call a foul on 42, Tommy Rao. And Rock Canyon's going to call another timeout to try to regroup, adjust their strategy. And Brayden, they've done a great job all game coming out of timeouts and stoppages and plays, adjusting what they're doing, trying to play different defensive schemes, set up things in the half court on offense. But with only 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter, is there really anything they can do except try to push the pace and get some fast plays in transition?
I mean, there's not much more they could do, really. I mean, they can definitely tie this thing up as long as they just, they gotta, something's not clicking offensive.
Yeah.
They gotta kind of start putting up good shots, making shots here.
It can definitely be hard to get those opportunities, though, when time is running down. And 7 points, especially in a low-scoring game, is quite the lead.
Right, yeah. It's not going to be easy for Rock Canyon by any means. But, you know, student section, no one's leaving. They all have faith. This game's not over.
Yeah. If there's one thing this season has shown us, both this student section and the team play with so much heart, so much belief. No matter what, they're going to come out the entire game, give it their all, and we can expect full pace here in the last 5 minutes of their regular season.
Yeah, it's gonna come down very intensely here.
Highlands Ranch moving the ball around the perimeter. You know, it seems like they're burning time off the clock just as much as they're trying to get an open look on this tough Rock Canyon defense. Ooh, and this is going to be a fortunate call for Rock Canyon. An offensive foul on number 23, Tristan Hurdle.
Well, now's your chance. You got to get a little more offensive zone time here, and now they've got an opportunity.
Yes, sir. Here with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. They do need to bring the game a little bit closer. A 3 or a 2-point shot would help very much if they're going to play the free throw game later on.
Ranch is really tightened up defensively. I mean, rebounds are going right to them. They're getting them all, and Canyon's running out of time.
Definitely. Rock Canyon's presence on the glass has surely diminished. That could be due to the high-paced play. The players want to get back on defense as fast as possible, but that's probably going to spell disaster if they miss some more shots down the line. Now Highlands Ranch doing all they can to burn out the clock. Now just 4 minutes left in this quarter.
This is gonna be fun.
You said it, partner. This is a tight game. Head coach for Highlands Ranch, Mike Gibbs, jumping up and down, throwing out high fives to his guys.
Canyon coach keeping an eye on the refs, it seems.
Oh, yeah. Well, both guys are very, very passionate about their teams. They've put in a lot of work for today's matchup. Oh, man. Tough foul there. Great to see all the Rock Canyon players out on the court rushing to try to help Nick Fallon up after that fall.
You know, it's what you do as a team.
It is, and it's great to see. Some tasteful words there from the Highlands Ranch student section. And Nick Fallon, of course, automatic ATM. Do we even need to say it, Braden? He sinks the shot.
Yeah. If there's any time for Dylan to not get anything on camera, it's when he's shooting free throws because you just know he's going to make it.
Yes, sir.
Bingo.
And he sinks the second, making it a 5-point game. And that could be instrumental, Braden, if Rock Canyon wants to play the foul game.
Absolutely.
Rock Canyon coming out in a full court press, trying to get all the traps and steals that they can. And Highlands Ranch there passing up the open 3 opportunity. It's definitely abundantly clear that they're just trying to grind some clock and win this game the hard way.
If there's a worse time for Riker Cesarek to get hot, then I'd like to see it.
You said it, Braden. He's been cold all game. Rock Canyon did a great job preparing for this matchup. They held him to only 4 points through 3 quarters, but it just couldn't be kept in the entire game. Rock Canyon swinging the ball around, looking for an open 3. And Nick Fallon again with the points.
Exactly at that 3-minute mark. This has definitely gotten closer now.
You said it. And now Rock Canyon calls yet another timeout to try to reorganize, regroup. This is coming out to be both a defensive matchup and a series of offensive streaks. What do you think about this game so far, Braden?
It's been very fun to watch. You know,
You said it, yeah.
You know, 1 minute you got a lot of offense, and then 1 minute it feels like neither team can do anything scoring-wise. So it's just like back and forth, fun to watch.
And we knew being a rivalry game, it would be fun to watch nonetheless, but these teams are just matched up so well. As it says on our scoreboard here, Rock Canyon is ranked 51st in Colorado, and they have a 12-10 record, whereas Highlands Ranch is 66th. are sitting at 11-11. And we already know that Rock Canyon's going to make the high school playoffs, but Highlands Ranch, if they do come out with a win, may also sneak in as a lower seed.
Yeah, well, they'll both have the same record if Highlands Ranch closes this thing out.
Rock Canyon does have the tougher strength of schedule, though.
That is true.
Highlands Ranch inbounding the ball, and that's going to be number 11, Michael Willman, intentionally fouled to send him back for another inbound opportunity. Rock Canyon here intentionally fouling, trying to win it in the long run. Rock Canyon running with a lineup of number 2, Quint Jeck, number 1, Jalen Ashley, number 23, Brody Rardin.
Ranch just converted a Hail Mary there.
Oh, man. Number 12, Chris Schlesinger, and number 3, Nick Fallon. Braden, I hate to say it, but that might be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking that too, Sage. I feel like there's not a whole lot here that we can really expect to see in terms of a turnaround with such little time left.
When Highlands Ranch is switching up the sport, throwing Hail Marys like that, and then getting a 3-point play out of it, there's not much any team can do against that.
Right, I mean, what is it? An 8-point game now? Ooh.
Yeah. Nick Fallon driving. Ooh, and he gets the nice layup to land. It's a 6-point game now. But it should be noted, Rock Canyon is sitting at 7, now 8 team fouls, which puts Highlands Ranch in the single bonus. A very tough spot for Rock Canyon, although that is going to be good for their clock management because it means any foul is going to send Highlands Ranch to the line and stop the clock. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Braden, do you think there's anything Rock Canyon can do to come out on top?
I mean, yeah, you never know. It's not looking good, but it's not impossible. All right. You see, it's a 7-point game now. A missed free throw here would help. That did not help. It's okay. I know they're going to do what they can to at least try. You know, they're not giving up. That's for sure. Bingo.
Oh! Braden working like an oracle. Jalen Ashley sinks that mean 3. And that's going to be a tough foul. Coach Graham's conferring with Jalen Ashley and Brody Rardin about what they're going to do moving forward as number 23, Tristan Hurdle, is sent to the line. That's the team's 9th foul. Another one, and Highlands Ranch gets double bonus, meaning they'll automatically have 2 free throws with every foul.
Yeah, last thing you want to see right about now.
Definitely. Rock Canyon immediately gets the ball inbound to Schlesinger, pushing pace. And the refs are going to call that a foul on number 23. Chris Schlesinger inbounding. Nick Fallon. Rock Canyon's got to get a shot off quick, save some time on the clock.
Right, and about now you're scrapping for any points you can get. Baby! Check down.
Baby! Quint Jeck.
And then another!
Oh! The student section goes bonkers!
All of a sudden we got a 2-point game here with just under 2 minutes.
Rock Canyon. First of all, Quint Jeck, somebody get the towels.
Oh, man.
Absolute wet shot over on the court.
And coupled with the fact that we're actually saying his name right now, you can't beat it.
And then Jalen Ashley with the quick steal, the lay-in and the foul. This is anyone's game. Oh!
Down he goes.
Oh, and an amazing opportunity there. And you know what? Not a bad spot. Rockanian does really need to get back on defense, but here with clock winding down, 1:40 left. Ooh, and Braden, I don't know about that call.
Yeah, well, yeah, that really screws things up here for Canyon because Ranch has been shooting very well from the free throw line.
Oh my goodness. By the sheer decibels produced by Rock Canyon student section. Number 5, Riker Cesarek, Highland Ranch's star player, misses that.
This place is vibrating right now.
Ooh, and it's going to be a 3-point game, but still, Braden, it's anyone's game.
This is going to be a photo finish, Sage.
Full timeout. We're going to get a minute here to regroup, analyze. Braden, a lot just went down in the last half minute. First of all, that foul call, a little bit questionable. Obviously, as we heard from the student section, it left a bit of a sour taste in Rock Canyon's mouths, especially as it was the team's 10th foul, putting Highlands Ranch in the double bonus, which means they're automatically going to get 2 free throws on every foul. But luckily, with that amazing sequence by Quint Jeck and Jalen Ashley, they may not have to play the free throw game anymore. It's now a 3-point game.
Yeah.
Braden,
No.
suddenly, this game has been revived.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was already like halfway out of here.
Oh my! Our producers were packing up, getting the Uber rides home.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this has been a wonderful turnaround. You just really want to see how this is gonna finish, especially with Canyon turning it on and the student section getting really, really back into it. This is gonna be a really fun finish.
And an amazing game. Rock Canyon guaranteed already to go to the playoffs. I can't think of a better way to end the season.
Yeah, and start the Wish Week.
Chris Schlesinger inbounding the ball and throwing it over to Nick Fallon. Rock Canyon trying to set up a play here. It would be an amazing opportunity. Jalen Ashley, trapped in the corner, and he dribbles out of it. Amazing moves there. The layup attempt just off, but Rock Canyon gets the rebound.
Bingo!
Oh my God!
Who just did that? We are tied.
Nick Fallon, ice in his veins.
Oh man, I
cannot believe it.
I tell you, Sage, for the first game that I get to commentate for, this could not have been any better.
That was the greatest play I've seen all season, Braden.
I'm not doubting you, Sage.
Nick Fallon is gonna walk away with hypothermia. Braden, ice runs in this man's veins.
I don't even know what to say to that, Sage. I mean, I feel kind of threatened by the way you were standing up to me like that.
I am just overcome with emotion now, Braden.
I'm loving the emotion out of us, out of the fans. This is going to be one of the most fantastic finishes in basketball history. NBA who? I'm here for Colorado High School.
You are absolutely correct. Braden, the start to our Wish Week could not be better. You know, it's Wish Week. We have a wonderful wish kid, but it feels like it's my wish that's getting granted right now with this amazing game to
all
close
you
out
could
the
wish
season.
for is a fantastic game, and we've gotten it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you know,
And as I sit here, finishing off my 3rd energy drink of the day, nerves are rattling. Rock Canyon gets ready in their full court press to close out this tied game with 1 minute and 6 seconds left.
we're underway.
Highlands Ranch moving the ball up. It's going to be number 15, Connor Lathrop, their center, handling the ball, dribbling the clock down, driving.
Yeah, Lathrop is one tough cookie. I'd be watching him right about now. They're going to definitely try to send him to the rim.
Definitely. Highlands Ranch moving the ball around, tipped. That's a great deflection by this chippy Rock Canyon defense.
I'd say right now you're just
driving.
trying to get this thing, like, you're just trying to get this clock down.
Yes, sir. And now with 30 seconds left in the game, that must be what head coach Mike Gibbs and the Highlands Ranch Falcons have been planning, trying to get this last shot opportunity. Running around 15 seconds now.
Trying to set up for that late buzzer beater.
10. Oh.
That one, massive mistake there out of Cesarek. You do not like to see that out of your star if you're Ranch.
Poetry! Nothing but poetry here in the final game of the season, Braden.
This is going to be one of the most fun 7 seconds of my life.
I
Okay?
am in awe.
Yeah. I am. I'm just scrambling for things to say that haven't already been said. I
My
mean,
goodness.
oh.
You know, the late,
Wow.
great Kobe Bryant, great player, film aficionado,
That's
great
true.
storyteller, once said, there's two things to life: basketball and love. And you know what? We've got great basketball. We've got a fired up student section.
Yeah, they're bringing the love for the Canyon.
They
the
sure
Canyon
are.
team. And
And-
Ranch returning the favor as well. Their
Oh.
student section going nuts.
Oh, you know it. Both teams, both fan sections having a great time here. And that ball bouncing off the star player for Highlands Ranch, Riker Cesarek. Now with 7.5 seconds left, I cannot think of an opportunity more poetic for Rock Canyon as they go for this win to finish out their season. Rock Canyon, Coach Grams having Nick Fallon inbound the ball. As I said, 7.5 seconds left. Throws it to Schlesinger. Clock running down. Cuts. And the referees call a foul. Wow. Number 30, Luke Dry. And it looks like there's been a timeout called by Rock Canyon.
Yeah, you got to keep those emotions in check. I mean, you don't want any big mistakes here for these last 3 seconds.
Oh, you said it. Now with 3.8 seconds left. Braden, let's do a little imagination here. You, Braden Cloutier,
Yeah?
are the head coach of the Rock Canyon Jaguars. What do you do?
I'm going to leave that to the actual head coach, Sage. All right? Look, I mean, I would have no idea. The nerves, everything
Yes.
just getting to you. I feel like
Yeah.
decision-making wise, it would it's not all working,
Oh yeah.
but you know, that's the power a coach can have is they can remain calm and do what they got to do.
You said it. I can hardly contain my nerves, and I'm just sitting here in a chair.
I know. I haven't stood up, and yet it feels like I've been jumping around all day.
You know what? It must be the electricity from these two great student sections here. On the last game of the regular season, 3.8 seconds left. Rock Canyon under head coach Kent Grams drawing something up, and it's going to be Jalen Ashley inbounding the ball.
Getting harassed there by that barrel guy.
Inbound to Schlesinger. Clock running down. And we're going to overtime here in the jungle. Chris trying to give it to Tommy to seal the game, but the pass is deflected.
Yeah,
There's
you know,
no
as
shot.
as much as these fans wanted to see one of their teams put up a last second bucket of any kind, I don't think either of them are going to be complaining that we get to see extra basketball.
You said it, especially in a game like this. And Braden, the most exciting part, going into overtime, it's a new start. It's anyone's game.
Anyone's. And like we said earlier, neither of us had a whole lot of faith there in the last 3 minutes.
To be honest, no sir, not a lot. But hey, this team, heart, hustle, determination. They are chippy, and they can always find a way to grind, put their heads down, and get away back into the game. And now they've got the momentum. They've got it all going for them. Their offense is clicking, so it'll be a great 4-minute overtime period to watch.
100%.
It is also important to mention, going into the overtime period, fouls are not being reset. So Rock Canyon still has 10 team fouls, putting Highlands Ranch in the double bonus. And Highlands Ranch has committed 6 team fouls, so if they get one more, Rock Canyon will be in the bonus, and any fouls committed against them will result in a free throw.
Just makes it more exciting, Sage.
Going for a tip-off. And Tommy Rao wins it. It's going to be a jump ball.
Once again. I mean, that was only 2 seconds. And the fans were loving every second of it.
Oh, you
all,
said
all
it,
2 of
bud.
them.
Rock Canyon wins the tip. And that's going to be electrifying for their home crowd here.
Ranch
Jalen
fans
Ashley
in
with the
suspense.
ball. And Highlands Ranch playing a very aggressive defense, going for the steal at every opportunity they can. Oh, baby!
I mean, how many guys did he just have to get through right there? I mean, he just plowed to that rim.
Jalen Ashley with a nice little scoop and score there. Great to watch now. Highlands Ranch on the offensive. And number 23, Tristan Hurdle, the captain for this Highlands Ranch team, returns with a 3.
He's one of those guys that you just want to shut down in times like this.
Rock Canyon swinging the ball around the perimeter. Still anyone's game. Nick Fallon looking for the shot. Decides to pass it up. Jalen Ashley in the corner. Tommy Rao, working in the post. And Rock Canyon gets the rebound. Lucky second chance here. Oh my goodness! Jalen Ashley gets blocked, and that was nasty.
Strong block there. Oh, man.
I'm a little surprised, Braden, with this much chippiness that the refs haven't called much so far.
Yeah.
Highlands Ranch moving the ball around, trying to find any gaps that they can to cement their lead. But Rock Canyon making it very tough indeed. The center for Highlands Ranch once again dribbling from the top of the perimeter, trying to pull Tommy out of the paint so their other guys can penetrate.
Right, and they're not in a big hurry right now to get points. They got the 1-point lead. Any tick off the clock is in their favor.
Definitely. And honestly, Braden, it's times like these that make me wish there was a shot clock. It's obvious to me that Highlands Ranch is not going for any sort of shot opportunity. It kind of makes me sad, to be honest.
Yeah, well, maybe the league will take a look at this. There we go. And there might be a rule change in order.
And the Rock Canyon student section is dumbfounded
That
at that call.
hurts.
That's going to have massive implications. Wow, they just called Chris Schlesinger for a foul. It looked like it bounced off a player's foot, but with that, Chris Schlesinger, the star sophomore for Rock Canyon, is out of the game, fouled out. That was his 5th.
And That sends Hurdle to the line.
Wow. Big decision there. That's going to be a deeply impactful call, and the Rock Canyon student section does not like it.
No, not at all.
But hey, if there's one thing we've seen today, Rock Canyon can claw out of any hole.
Oh yeah, after what we saw them go through and then come back from, I think right now, this isn't the toughest mountain they've had to climb.
You're right. And now just down 1-3 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Let's see what Rock Canyon can do. Running with a small ball lineup. Nick Fallon penetrating. And his layup is just off the mark. Highlands Ranch in no hurry to score. And they're fouled by Jalen Ashley in the half court.
Not looking good right about now, folks.
At the line, shooting 2.
Again at the line, number 23, Tristan Hurtle. And if you're head coach of the Highlands Ranch Falcons, Mike Gibbs, this is the guy you want to have the ball. Putting up 13.6 points per game. He's definitely great from the free throw line.
Yep.
And now a 5-point deficit with 55 seconds left. Rock Canyon still running with a relatively small lineup. Brody Aho swings it over to Nick Fallon. Jalen Ashley in the corner, trying to make some space. Brody Aho penetrating. And the refs call a foul on number 11 from Highlands Ranch, Michael Willman.
Yep, Aho to the line. Got to make sure, this right now is when you really want to just sink these.
And it should be noted, Highlands Ranch has just committed their 17th foul, putting Rock Canyon in the bonus. Let's see if that has any implications for these remaining 41 seconds. Brody Aho, cool as a cucumber there on the free throw line.
Those are the guys you put in these waning seconds in close games. The guys who can remain calm.
Definitely. And that shot had a nice high arc. That's going to bring the game to 53-57 with 41 seconds left.
3-point game, Sage.
57 now.
3 points.
Yes, sir.
That's what separates these two teams. Canyon gonna obviously be trying to hard.
Oh my! Oh! The man! Zach McMahon! With the steal, the layup. That, Braden, is textbook.
Textbook. That's exactly what you're looking for right about now. Plays like that are what are going to put your name out there. It's going to make you remembered for this game.
It so is. Zach McMahon, part of this amazing Rock Canyon basketball sophomore class. Every game that we've covered, when it's come down to the line, Coach Grams has put in one player, especially for these late game defensive situations. Zach McMahon.
McMahon.
Incredible defense from this young man, from this young McMahon. Gets the steal there, gets the lay-in, playing like his life depends on it. And you know what? Here at the end of the season, even though his life doesn't depend on it, this season doesn't depend on it, it's amazing to see a player with as much heart and as much hustle as him.
What does depend on it is this rivalry.
Yes,
all right?
sir.
You want to have bragging rights over your opponent in a game like this.
You know it. And now with 30.5 seconds left, Highlands Ranch is up by just 1 point. Both teams are in the bonus. This is anyone's game. Highlands Ranch going to pass up the open shot opportunity.
Going to the line.
And yet again, a soft foul. A soft foul on Highlands Ranch is going to send a player to the line.
And of course, it has to be Cesar. Of all players, your leading point getter.
But you know what, Braden? He has been very, very streaky today. And he misses the first free throw.
I'm going to give that miss to the RC student section. They're giving him a hard time.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine trying to shoot a free throw on that. I'm disoriented just watching.
2-point game, 20 seconds left. All or nothing, baby.
Jalen Ashland driving. Rock Canyon. Oh! Jalen Ashley with a great rebound just off the mark. They're going to foul Highlands Ranch to stop the clock. And now 9.6 seconds left in this game.
2 fantastic opportunities to at least tie this thing. You gotta rely on some missing here.
Now at the line, shooting 2, Sullivan de Guzman, the senior guard from Highlands Ranch. If you're Rock Canyon, Braden, you never want a senior player, especially a guard, going to the line in tough situations like these. He definitely has composure from his experience. He's got poise. It's evident in how he snagged that rebound there, but as we've learned throughout this game, you cannot give up hope if you're Rock Canyon.
Oh no, absolutely not. Every time it feels like Ranch might be starting to pull away, Canyon, they adjust what they need to adjust, and they fix things, and they get it going again.
Definitely. And it's hard to imagine what Rock Canyon's been drawing up here now that they have a stoppage. Braden, what do you think, if anything, they're focusing on to try to pull out this win?
Well, you know, obviously when it comes to the free throws, there's not a whole lot you can do besides rebound. But once you get down here, they're gonna be trying to get some quick points. You know, whether it be to plow their way into the paint or shoot a 3. I mean, whatever. Just get the ball to the hoop. That's my expert analysis for you.
I am surprised no one's ever thought of that before, Braden.
Oh, I'm pretty sure somebody has. They put a lot of big basketball words around it to make themselves sound better. That's what it comes down to, though.
Well, now 9.6 seconds left. It's a 2-point game, and number 24 senior Sullivan de Guzman is at the line.
I don't think so, says the RC student section.
You are right. And they are absolutely heated here, doing their best to distract the senior as he lines up for another shot.
You know, you got to give them props. They can at least make that second.
Swinging over to Nick Fallon in the corner.
Bingo! He did not!
Oh! Oh my God!
Are you kidding me? I cannot believe what I just saw.
He just won't quit! Nick Fallon again!
How many more times can he possibly do this?
We're going to double overtime tonight in the jungle on the last game of the regular season.
I'm going to lose my voice. Man. Whew. Whew. Oh.
Nick Fallon. Ice in his veins. Ice. My producer's off camera.
He's looking
letting
like
us
throw
know.
zone out there.
He is. Get this man to the league. Saving Rock Canyon not once, but twice here on the last game of their season.
The fun never seems to end tonight in the jungle.
It never does. And you know what? Nick Fallon, a junior, I'm going to go ahead and say it, having his KD moment.
MVP
this man is
chance.
unstoppable.
I would not be surprised to hear MVP chants are up for him around this arena tonight.
Definitely. He's got everyone, even the commentators, on their feet here in the jungle. I am so lucky to be a part of this game, Brayden.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what better way to spend your Friday night than right here in the jungle.
Yes, sir. I'm sure everyone in the student section of both schools is loving this. So glad they came. This is an incredible experience. Nick Fallon is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's an unbelievable talent. He knows when he needs to step up, and he does every time.
Yes, sir. And now heading into the second 4-minute overtime period. Rock Canyon is leaning on their best defenders and, of course, their MVP, Nick Fallon, to pull out this win.
Ranch gets the tip off there.
It should be noted, very important for Rock Canyon moving forward, that their phenomenal sophomore Chris Schlesinger has fouled out. And both teams are in the bonus now. So moving forward, you know what that means, Braden?
No fouls.
Yes, sir. And whatever happens, we can expect more phenomenal basketball.
You say no fouls, and here we go. We got Riker Cesarek back on the line here. Not exactly how you want to start the OT.
No, and you know what? We've been hyping him up as their best player, an amazing guy. But I think this student section is in his head.
Oh yeah, no, rent free. You know, he's making one or less when he goes to the line with two.
You are right, rent-free vacancy in this man's head. They've got prime real estate.
I mean, look at him. How are you supposed to focus? Like that, I guess, but you know, it's okay.
And he makes the first, misses the second. Brody Aho now, the poise of a seasoned NBA veteran.
You see the communication there out of him.
It's incredible to see.
Yeah.
Jalen Ashley swinging the ball around. Highlands Ranch is coming out in an interesting zone, trying to front load and distract Brody Aho.
Oh! The motion of that man's arms just around the world, able to find the small spaces to fit it in there.
Zach McMahon rocking the Highlands Ranch student section to sleep here.
I don't remember ordering anything from McDonald's, but we still got a McMahon here tonight.
Yes, sir. That was the greatest layup I've seen in my whole life, Braden. Going around the world and getting the and one.
Wouldn't expect anything less there.
Walking off knowing he just kicked some booty. He's going to the bench, a champion. Tommy Rao gonna come in, put up some size in the paint. And Zach McMahon is smiling on the bench, knowing he just gave his team the 2-point lead.
Now it's all about tightening up the D.
Oh! Oh my God!
And as I say it, the D is tightened up.
It is!
Phenomenal block there.
Nuts, bolts, screws, flying all over the place, Braden. This
Everything.
D is the tightest I've seen.
Everything is being left on the court right now.
Yes, sir. Jalen Ashley playing like he'll never play again. Wow.
Determination. You know, you get the ball to number 23. What's he going to do? His job as a captain. He's going to step up. He's going to make the big shot.
Number 23 for the Falcons, Tristan Hurdle. Incredible in what he's trying very hard to make not his final game. He's doing everything he can to propel his team into the playoffs, and it's amazing to watch, Braden.
Yeah, you know, that's a leader right there. That is someone who knows how to step up.
Oh, yeah, talk about leadership. These teams, you know, seemingly from the stats have very different approaches. Highlands Ranch with their captain model. They've got, of course, Yafet Mesfin, who's their leading point guard, number 3. He puts up a great amount of assists every game and leads his team that way. Obviously, being a senior, he is a great leader, and he's got wonderful experience in the locker room. But they've got number 5, Riker Cesarek, their leader on rebounds and points. And so far this game, their MVP, Tristan Hurdle, doing it all for him and keeping up that momentum no matter what.
And with a 1-point game, there's like this thing is just what are those things that they have with like pianos?
A
Or-
metronome.
A metronome. That's what I'm seeing here. It's
Yes,
just back
sir.
and forth, man. I mean,
It's amazing to watch.
this is fantastic.
Brody Aho bringing up the ball, patting his head. The offensive coordinator that he is. Trying to get some boys free. Nick Fallon giving it to Jalen Ashley, driving. Ooh, taking it strong.
That's how it's done, folks.
Wow. Now
Jalen
that
Ashley.
was smooth.
Smooth
Great little layup.
like butter. Butter.
Absolute butter. Ooh, Highlands Ranch. Butter fingers there by number 5. But it's
Yeah.
no matter. They still retain the ball, and it's a 1-point lead.
You
for
can
Rock
you
Canyon.
can really see the fans living in Riker Sezikis'
Yes, sir.
Cesarek.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Do
that
my
metronome.
eyes deceive me, Braden?
It's a metronome game.
It's a metronome.
Not a garden gnome, a metronome.
They've got a young Andrew Wiggins out there in number 23.
Uh-oh.
On the layup.
Cesarek gets it back. Ranch going to start moving their way back down.
Yep. A
With the
bit of
1-point lead.
contact there on the miss from Nick Fallon, but it's no matter. Still just a 1-point game. Number 23 grinding down the clock. A minute and a half left here in this overtime period. Highlands Ranch swinging around.
Did his foot go out there? I think it did.
That is a big call. And the Highlands Ranch coach is livid. Jake Hassett's going to inbound the ball to Brody Aho. And it's still a 1-point game here in the jungle. A minute 15. Clock winding down. Both teams in the bonus. Brody Aho calling for the roll. Jake Hassett swinging back to Brody.
He didn't. He did! He did!
Wow!
Oh, how he didn't!
License to fire for Brody Aho. And he pulls the trigger and connects. 45 seconds, clock ticking down.
It just comes back to the D now. You can't let a 3 happen here.
Zach McMahon trying his hardest to fight through the screen. Oh my Lord!
A 3 happened there. I'm going to say it again because I think we're both running out of things to say. Metronome.
Metronome. Braden, I am thanking my lucky stars that this is the last game of the season because I don't think my poor 18-year-old heart can take much more of this action.
I know. I'm ready to just keel over right now.
This is incredible.
This
I
is
can't
insane.
believe we're witnessing this. And on the last game of the season, an intense rivalry matchup between the Falcons and the Jaguars.
Everything is just adding up for one of the most amazing things we have ever seen.
Double overtime, a 1-point game here with 30 seconds left. 2 game-clinching threes by Nick Fallon. You couldn't wish for more in this start to Wish Week. 1-point game. Jake Hassett inbounding to Brody Aho. Let's see what Coach Grams and the Rock Canyon Jaguars have cooked up. Brody driving.
There's that
Swings it
poise.
over to Zach. Over into the corner to Jake Hassett. Steps. Nick Fallon. 10 seconds left. Clock winding down. And that's going to be a timeout. Rock Canyon.
Ooh, mommy. All right. Which side is the metronome going to stop on, Sage?
You know what, Braden? No matter what, this game has been pure music. The poetry in motion.
It's like watching a symphony unfold
It is.
before our eyes.
Notes flinging back and forth. Different players taking turns playing conductor on both teams.
Exactly.
It's incredible to watch. What a great way to spend a Friday night. What a great way to finish out the season. What a great way to spark up a little intensity on a rivalry night. Absolutely amazing play from both teams.
And I mean, the shaky camera says it all, Sage.
And now the refs have added 1 second back to the clock. There are now 9.9 seconds remaining. Rock Canyon down 1.
Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Braden,
This
if
is
you're
it.
a referee here, you may want to hold your whistle, especially because if there's a foul on Rock Canyon and someone gets sent to the line, that could mean the difference between winning and losing.
Oh yeah. And here we go. I mean, this is insanity.
Jalen Ashley gets the ball, but he's trapped. 6 seconds.
He's plowing. He got it! He made it! 2 seconds on the clock!
My God!
69. I don't have to say it, but I'm going to. Nice.
1.8 seconds remaining.
I mean,
Jalen Ashley putting the team on his shoulders.
he's been doing it all game. He is driving, and right there, that was the most determined I have seen on a look on his face, like, ever. Okay, we got 2.4 seconds left. They added an extra second up there.
They did, but oh my goodness. Braden, in the 3 years I've been covering Rock Canyon basketball, this is the most exhilarating, amazing, artful finish I have ever seen. Double overtime. Nick Fallon playing hero. Twice ice in his veins. And now Jalen Ashley, the team's leading scorer, willing his way to the basket, putting up a beautiful finish.
You know, you gotta step up, and guess what he did? He stepped up.
In
He
his
stepped
final
up.
regular season game as a senior, the hours in the gym at Southridge Rec Center with the coaching staff, it all pays off.
Yeah. You know, as a leader, as a captain, as a coach, these are the moments that you live for.
It's beautiful.
2 seconds. All right. You know, gonna either try that Hail Mary or they're just going full court here.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing else they could do.
And we saw a full court Hail Mary pass earlier in the game.
Right.
Let's see what Highlands Ranch does.
You would think they have adjusted to that by now.
Oh my!
They did it, baby!
The student section goes wild!
This is phenomenal. Look at the energy, Sage. Look at it. You just want to throw your mic down and be a part of it. You know, we got a job to do. We're professionals here.
Rock Canyon doing it all for their team, for their fans, for their school.
Ranch kids evacuating like it's a fire drill right now. They got to get out of
Incredible
here.
double overtime win with head coach Ken Grams. How's this win feel?
Oh man, this season's been a grind, but it shows the character of our kids, the resiliency that we have, and now that we talked about this being a springboard for us on next Wednesday through the playoffs. I got to go shake hands though, all right?
Thank you.
Always great to hear from Coach Grams, especially after such an exhilarating win. Braden, that may have been the finest game I've seen in all my time here.
And with the score ending with 69 being the winning score over the 68 of the Falcons. Fantastic.
Win feel.
It feels amazing because this has been 2 years in the making for me. It's probably one of the best games I've ever had, honestly.
That's great. And are we looking forward to this playoff run?
Of course we are, man. We're going to wide open. We got this.
All right, that's great to hear. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Tommy Rao there with the interview. The ginormous, made in a lab center for Rock Canyon, doing it all tonight on both ends of the court, putting on the moves like Hakeem.
He went Hulk on him.
And you know what? Seniors like Tommy Rao, like Jalen Ashley, have done so much for this team to create the winning culture that they showed off tonight.
Ashley with the crazy shot, and Aiden Cool, another player on this team that played incredibly tonight. How are you guys feeling right now?
Man, it's amazing. Just a team effort. We knew we were going to get the job done. It was a grind, but I knew we were going to get it. Dude, this is just such a big game for us. So much emotion, so much passion. Just means so much to us to win. Shout out the fans. You guys really showed out tonight. Can't do it without you guys.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you guys. Any predictions for the playoffs?
Far as we can go, baby. State, baby, let's go. State. Let's get it.
All right, thank you.
As Jalen and Aiden said, the team loved this victory, and they very much appreciated the support from all of the Rock Canyon fans that came out.
100%, you know, and this is the kind of win you need to give you that momentum to push you into the playoffs with that winning feel. You know, they're going to be ready for anything after a game like this.
Definitely, and now Rock Canyon going into the playoffs with a 13-10 record, a great, tough, grindy win under their belts. There's no better way to cap off the season.
That's how you win a game, boys. That's how you win a game. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, P? How you been? Let's go, boys.
Winning words there.
That's how you win a game, guys. That's it right there.
Great to hear from former RCBN legend John Conchar.
John Conchar. Great to see him around here. Great to see him come out tonight, you know.
And you know what? That's the kind of power that a rivalry game brings.
Four-year and senior Jackson Albright. How are you feeling right now, Jackson?
I'm feeling great, Cameron. How are you?
What'd you think of the game, Jackson?
It was great. I them at the end just so we could run up the score a little bit. We were trying to get to 70. We got one short. It's all right, though. Oh, also, we won tug of war during halftime. You didn't see me. I was the anchor. Not trying to flex, but.
All right. Thank you so much, Jackson.
No problem.
It really is the fans, Braden, that brought so much energy tonight, so much motivation. Even though this game went to double overtime, both teams played with heart the entire time. That was the grittiest.
Out, baby. They kept grinding and they kept shining. Just remember, leave no doubt. How we ride, Jaguar style.
Thank you, JT.
Leave no doubt.
All right, I don't know how much longer we have till we're cut off again, so we just got to start spewing stuff out here. Really fun game. Absolutely. Both teams left it out. There is nothing else I could have pictured happening.
Definitely not too common that you get to see a double overtime game, especially one at home. Tough rivalry matchup that your team pulls out, but it's always amazing to experience. And these Rock Canyon fans, as you saw from them storming the court after this victory, definitely loved it.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, the victory in tug of war, and now the victory on the court. I mean, all around, fantastic night for the RC community.
2 dubs for Rock Canyon. You can't ask for anything better. Well, this has been the final regular season game for Rock Canyon. Now they're going to move into the playoffs. And Highlands Ranch, I'm not quite sure now going in with a loss. They do have a losing record at 11-12. They may make the playoffs being ranked number 66, depending on how the class structure works. But you know, not a bad loss for them either. They showed a lot of determination, a lot of hustle, playing an extra 8 minutes. It's never easy.
No, and you know, especially against your rival, that's just how things are.
Well, we've been RCBN. Thank you so much for tuning in to this amazing game. What a great way to finish off the season. And thank you. Stay updated for our upcoming sports next season. And go Jags, baby.
Let's go Jags, baby.